All right. And I already lost my agenda. Hold on.
General discussion.
So this is. And wait, we'll do introductions. Wait, this is a Sustainable Connecticut Committee agenda, Monday, May 20th, starting at 6 o'clock. And why don't we go around and do introductions? Ann
And done it.
from West Street, Lake Street, Lake Road, 103 Lake. And I'm Mark Walter, the town administrator.
Pat Shimshik from 4 Cherry Valley Road. Sue Hunt from 188 Route 87.
And Tom?
Tom McGrath, 26 Lake Ridge.
Okay. So we had a meeting before. Kind of the major kickoff meeting. This room was full. And then what Jen sent out is that we really need to have a kickoff, well, we had a kickoff meeting on February 29th. Had a great turnout. And we heard from Jessica Leclerc, senior program director, and Ace Riker, the Sustainable Equity Code that would be assigned to us. And we have these two brochures, which are our guidelines for all the toolkit of all the components that we can work on. And the challenge is to get this component. There they all are. There are 13 major categories, all with lots and lots of subcategory ideas. And what they keep stressing is they're not going to tell us what to do. It's what the town wants to do. How we define what we think could help Columbia and our residents out of subcommittees. And what we really need to do is create a sustainability team with 3 members, 1 an elected official or staff member. Mark and I can represent the municipal staff requirement. Please let us know your availability to set up the first meeting, which we're doing now. And Justin, what we're gonna do, respond back. Thanks for all the information. I understand the requirements of 1 member be elected. We have several elected officials on this thread. If Mark wants to free himself up, I think that'd be a great idea. And then Justin actually has been representing planning and zoning. And Pat, you've been working with Justin on the subcommittee for affordable housing. Along with John Winkowski, our subcontracted employee, which is our planner. And also we have heard from Sherry Gage. And Sherry is very interested because she lives on Route 87. Actually, yes, she's on 87. And she wants to improve biking, walking, running, and strollers on this busy road. And her concern is trying to find a Connecticut Community Connectivity Program grant to improve pedestrian safety and access on 87. So that's what Sherry wants to focus her efforts on. And she'd like to get some more volunteers to help her with that. She wants to interview other towns and find out how they're being successful in this area. Where so far Columbia has, based on winning a previous grant for sidewalks along 87, voted it down. What's the difference now versus back then? So that's.
Do we know what year that was?
I found all the records and I have a folder on it, and it was probably at least, I'd say 8 years ago. And I know the first selectman at the time was
That's, yes.
John Stevenson, yes.
So that may have been.
Don Sancy was 2005 to 2008.
Okay,
Oh, that's a lot longer.
Yeah.
yes, because, yeah. Because Carmen had.
Oh, wow. And I know at that time, Don told me that the board of selectmen were not unanimous in this, and the board voted the sidewalk ramp down, and he brought it back up through a petition.
Yes,
Then it led to 300 people coming out for the meeting, 200 voted no, and 100 voted yes. So sidewalks are wonderful, but they're difficult to keep accessible year round. And where sidewalks are very successful, I've noticed the town takes responsibility for plowing them in the winter. Because the property lengths on 87 are quite wide. And that would be quite a project to go out there constantly. Because here's what happens too, sidewalks along the highway, every time the plow goes down, the state plow, it fills the sidewalk again. So it means you could have to shovel your sidewalk 4 times in one season. So I think that would lead to a lot of people along that route if it was told in advance, you need to shovel your sidewalks. So you can
And-
go.
the sidewalk would be on the highway right of way
Right,
and not on the property owner's property.
but when we walked that property, I walked it with an engineering firm. The sidewalk really can't be a straight line because it's also a major swale for water. So the sidewalk would have to maneuver through different natural.
I think the broader issue is just pedestrian safety, like we kind of talked through some of this when Sherry was here. And like flashing signs or lights that would designate bike lane, some improvements that wouldn't necessarily have to be shoveled or maintained, but would indicate that there are people walking.
I just got back from Utah, Salt Lake City. And because they were laid out more of like a modern city, the roads are wide. And their bike paths are unbelievable, like they're a whole section of the road. And they have trolleys running down the main street, right in the center. So there's a lot going on for pedestrian safety in Seattle, but here, I would say, and Sherry does mention when is 87 going to be repaved next. If you were ahead of it and could get them to widen 87 a little bit down that section, you could probably create a bike walking lane on the side.
Then they would have, that would be a major state project.
Right.
Because I used to bike 87. And if you look carefully, the white line goes right through the storm culvert grid. The road is not wide enough for current vehicles.
It's already too narrow.
It's already too narrow.
Right, it's not a
It is
wide
just-
highway at all.
It's just suicidal. That. If you're walking, you can jump on the wall. But if you're biking and you're forced to go on a storm drain and the grids go this way, you know, so you get your tires stuck. It's just,
Right,
oh,
but I don't want to solve this tonight, but those are
no,
challenges.
but those are the best solution is they take it. Widen the road and create the.
Right, and that's why Terry was interested in what is the schedule, and
Right.
for something like that, you need to be in place long before the state starts. Like we found out last minute, they were repaving and fixing 65th. And we requested before you, after you paid, before you repaint the lines, we wanted to get rid of the passing zone for the main moves. Because where the people were passing, people were now coming out of a major parking. And we were having accidents. So they looked at it and said, you're right, we need to get rid of that passing zone. But we got that done in the nick of time.
but that was paint issue. And this would be. Road.
Right.
I mean, it would be major expense and as well as time. So today, maybe in 20 years, you'll get. So I don't know if Sherry can wait it.
Yeah, I think again, there are other things like blinking signs and other steps that could be taken that are being done at other towns nearby. If you go around Andover, like it's an example, made some accommodations with the idea that people walk around the lake. And
Yes.
so
Mhm.
adapting it to at least make the drivers sensitive that there are pedestrians, because the pedestrians aren't gonna go away, that's the other issue. The road may not get done, but people walk on this road. My husband was saying yesterday, he saw somebody with a baby carriage, 2 people walking with a baby carriage on this road, so.
Well, there is a couple that have twins. And they live just down on 87,
Mm.
and they walk to school.
So as part of like thinking about creating walking downtown, it's in the town plan actually too.
Right.
Pave little walkways here in this area,
Well, Sherry,
that makes it more walkable downtown.
walking to the post office. Not-
Mhm.
It's easier to cut through this complex and cut down the no access road the school has. And then cut over.
We actually have that, you know, where the walk
A
along.
plan and all up put together.
Yep, and above, it went around the corner to the post office. On the green,
Right.
and it was kind of stone dusty, gravelly.
Like Lebanon.
Yes, sort of like that. And they also made the walkway from the senior center to Wickford Village, but they weren't maintained.
Mhm.
And so now the lawn has grown up. If you go out and study it, you can still sort of see where it was.
And what Ian's talking about there is from Becker Senior Center. If you go behind the house, it's on 66, the red old house. There's what used to be old 66, the actual highway. Goes behind there through the woods, and it connects to Woodford Village. So one goal too was to improve that, so it is a walking way for people to park in the senior center and walk
Mhm.
all the way to Woodford. So there's lots of things that could be improved, and it's really a sustainable subcommittee on
Mhm.
what do we want to achieve and how to do it. Come up with ideas, funding sources,
Mhm.
work with the town. So that looks like Barry will champion that. And then food waste, we'll wait for the next meeting for Mark Morgan to tell us all about what options are available through Casella. And I've seen other towns that have food waste trash cans that people throw their food waste in. You get special bags. I guess the bags biodegradable.
Mhm.
And you just launch your bag of food waste at the transfer station into a receptacle designed for food. So, but
They don't have a compost pile for the.
they do for leaves.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but you can't put food in there, it's just leaves. And
You can't put goose food in there either.
And we have a lot of these.
Yes. We do.
Um, And also, we need a subcommittee that would work on actually inputting we actually qualified for bronze. We just had COVID hit. We never entered anything and some of those things might have expired. We had accomplished a lot when we first started this. Because we set up a food farmers market. We set up
Arts Council.
Arts Council, still going, huge success. So there's things we just have to dig in and start documenting what we've done.
And look what we've done for conservation
Hmm.
and space.
Oh, and rec parks,
Rec park
if
upgrade.
you decided find equity is opening up the outdoors and rec park to the public, we've done it.
Yes. Plus, there's something for every age group at their park. And, you know, our Stone Dust Trail is handicap accessible.
And I'd be interested to hear about affordable housing, Steve, what are you looking at?
The commission was reviewing their regulation, the planning and zoning commission. And so, Rhonda Kincaid and I started attending the both meetings, planning and zoning and the 93rd subcommittee, because we're very interested in affordable housing in Columbia. And they have made, I think they've made remarkable progress and made changes to streamline their process, so it doesn't be like permits, special permits. And also they increased the size of, if you have a house that's 1,200 square feet or under, now you can, if this is passed by the town, because this goes to a public hearing, now you can have an acceptable but separate dwelling unit on the property that could be 750 square feet.
And I thought that was 1,200 or bigger.
No, no,
Good.
Yeah.
So what if you had a 2,000 square feet? You couldn't?
you could make it bigger. If you have 2,000, then it's a percentage, it's a 30.
Right, to 30%. Okay, so you need at least 1,200.
Well,
If you're 750.
there are houses in Columbia that are only 100 square feet. If they have, if they meet all of the requirements. Safety of the law.
And those write-ups, did they schedule the public hearing? I thought they did.
Yes, they did. It's in, don't ask me right now, don't have my notes.
Well, those regulations are available. That was, if you looked at the last planning and zoning meeting, those would be in the published minutes of the planning and zoning meeting.
Right.
And they made some amendments. We just got the recent red line of the amendments they made at that last planning and zoning meeting, which was like last Monday, isn't it?
I think it's May, no, I can't even. The next meeting.
I don't have a either. Thursday at open space, Justin brought and reported.
Right,
Oh, here it is. June 24th. I was gonna say May 24th. But it can't.
that's the public hearing.
I thought it was May 24th.
Yeah, that's what I have written down.
May,
May. Oh, no, June,
June,
June 24th.
it's June. I thought it was
No, they made it June.
June.
May 24th. There was something else that was going on.
Would it be a little too long meeting?
Mark, could you have Jennifer send that out in some kind of a blast or something that this hearing is occurring? Because
Sure.
more
the
people that were input there.
it has, doesn't it have to go into the paper?
Yes.
And also, text me.
Yeah, we'll do text my,
That's good, because the word needs to get out, because just you and I attend. That's not right.
I should give the board of selectmen heads up tomorrow.
That's, they should be. So. When will Jennifer be back?
Until the Tuesday after Memorial Day. That's for her. That's not gonna be easy.
Where'd she go?
Utah. She's hiking in the mountain with her family. Stay tuned. Right. She has a bucket list of places you want to do. I think she's got Muir. Administrator. Head out there. Okay, so I need to, this is something. Okay, so we'll work on that. And that'll help continuing with you and Rhonda and the planning zone subcommittee. See if that can happen. And Sue, what are your things you want to mainly focus on?
Well, I've been primarily working with Sherry on the pedestrian issue, but I'm open to me, sustainability is a kind of critical issue. When you suggested we join this group, I thought, wow, there's a lot of other things that I've done in my career that this interests me, so I would be game for, facilitating in whatever way. I know you've done a lot of work out at Mono Pond. I'm dying to get out there and do, I liked the trail around the pond, but I guess there's now gonna be connectivity out there, so that's very cool.
Yes, June 1st and June 2nd are Connecticut Trails Day
Oh, okay.
in Connecticut. And the Friends of Mount Ponce are offering a walk on the 1st and another walk on the 2nd. And they'll do one end of the park the first day and the other end of the park.
Will this be on the town website with the times and things?
Tom?
Yeah, so you have to register it. You have to register through the Connecticut Trails Day login and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's what is it, crp.org/trails day.
I just spent my weekend getting certified as a wilderness survival person. It was more daunting than I thought it was gonna be, so I spent a lot of time on trails, so I would love to see. So I will get out there one of those 2 days. So I'm just really here to listen and hear what's happening and try and contribute if there's something that can be helpful.
Okay,
Mark, I'm gonna have to drop off of this meeting. I have to go to another one.
all right, Tom,
Bye, Tom.
thanks for your help.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And Pat, are you focused on affordability and the goals of code
Yes,
for equity?
yes.
And will your subcommittee be members of those groups? Or whatever you think might make it all actually happen?
Hopefully.
Okay,
So code, you're probably wondering, do you know what code is?
Yes,
Code is Coalition on Diversity and Equity, and people from Townsend, Andover, Hebron, Marlboro, And our group is probably the newest group. I don't think they have anybody yet from Andover. And we really started a year ago in March to organize. We're a very small group with always more people. It's only confused. But our next meeting is the second Tuesday in June. I think that's the 11th. And we meet at the Congregational Church. We might meet at 6:30 instead of 7, because it's so nice out
Yeah.
there.
And that's the congregation church in Lebanon.
Right here in Columbia.
Oh, Columbia, right there.
And we've been working with the code mission on aging to, because we have similar concerns and similar goals.
Mission out of the back center.
Correct.
The big picture for this is you're imagining, I'm guessing, it sounds like some sort of treaties. I'm trying to get a handle on, like, because from what I read in here, there's data that you have to compile.
And that's what's missing. We haven't had, normally what you need is, let's say you were the champion of the game of Columbia.
Mhm.
That person becomes the guru and pulling it all together and entering data or saying, hey, we need an intern from Eastern. I'm gonna go apply for one. And the interns often do this for credit and compile, go look for old minutes and show what's already happened, document historically what we accomplished. Or there's a whole subcommittee of combining and making sure we document what we do. Because right now, everything is verbal. Well, I shouldn't say that. Back when, right before COVID, there was subcommittees that achieved the Arts Council and the Farmers Market. Those are two distinct subcommittees working on it. And were successful, we just never documented it.
I think they took away, I was reading the updated action statements, and it looks like they took away time limits.
Well, that'd be good.
Took away what?
The time limits, we were wondering if some of our accomplishments had expired.
Yes, I think you're right. I remember hearing that at the big meeting. Sure, you can anything.
Yeah.
you've done,
Yeah,
Oh, good.
Which is good, because we've done a lot and stuff.
the air conditioning for the school counts, all that air quality stuff.
Well, that's a big project. That's all I've been working on. And we will announce it officially tomorrow, or secondly, but we did get the grant.
Okay.
Governor wanted to announce it today, so we had to, and we didn't know anything. So, yeah. Did he announce anything? The governor?
No,
All right, well. Maybe there's still time, maybe he hasn't announced it yet. But we did. get time. So, of the estimated 6 million, the states for the paying over 3 million. Which is good. And that will give us better air quality in the school system and HVAC and filtration and. So,
so if they got a grant for 6 million, what are we looking at?
3 million. So the grant's actually for 52% of the project cost. And right now, the project estimated is 6 million total. But we haven't got the bid yet, and we don't have it even totally designed yet, so that's an estimate.
Gotcha.
Hopefully it'll come in less. Sooner than later.
So this certification, is that what you're striving for with this group? And
Right, so they have different levels, the bronze and silver and gold, and I think they just added platinum. So we have not achieved our basic level and set out. But I think we have achieved it, we're actually finally going for silver.
Gather the information to show you that you did, that's kind of where you are, I understand, okay, but it makes sense to me.
And a lot of that's working with Jen Williams, where all the file structure of all our digital data lives.
End up applying for an interim.
I don't think so. But I think that internship already expired. I think that was this winter.
She was one of our last meetings that we had, she found that it was April something, is the deadline, and she was applying for.
I'm not positive.
Okay,
There's a lot of the information online. I used to be a professor at Quinnipiac. I might be able to get you a student that's required to do an internship.
Yes, if you go online to
The
the
difference,
sustainability, they,
I mean, if they were gonna compile data for you, could they get it online so that they didn't have to drive up here and do it from Hamden? If the issue would come up only maybe once a month or something like that.
or we could always feed them the documents that,
Right,
they could reformat it to fit sustainability.
yeah, might be able to get you. That's what you need.
That'd be a good discussion to have again.
Okay, when Jen gets back, I'll talk to her, because I know the person that runs that for our local, and our students are required to do an internship, so. This would be a really neat internship. for
That would be wonderful, because Jen. So, I think she's already got both ways.
Yeah,
I would might as well get some aspiring students.
no, and I could obviously sort of mentor the student that they offer, you know,
Right.
And,
but this would be something that would happen in the fall.
yeah, they don't, even in the summer, that I'm aware of. Because they were, that policy was. sort of in
It'll be
with COVID.
fall in a second. This summer has already started.
Yeah.
It would stop raining.
Yeah.
Get outside and enjoy it.
Yes, fall would be good. Yeah, and then this committee can get their act together a little better and better. That would provide better direction for it.
Well, plus, every other town projects are all visible online. When you go into sustainability, and so you can just kind of shop for ideas
I did some of that.
and see what they've done. Right. Sure. Okay. And how often did the group decide they wanted to meet? Is it monthly? I think, because this is the. Oh, let's look back in the notes.
I think that's what I think she said about the
I do too.
credit. That was what that's like.
Yeah, third Monday. Third Monday of the month. The next meeting.
Somewhere in June, I'm going to California, I'm not sure when they have a daughter out there, we're trying to navigate that, so.
1, 2, yeah, 17. The next meeting,
At 6. Every time.
yeah, 6:00 PM. June 17th. Good,
And move we adjourn.
that's
Second.
6:39. So Ann, move,
Pat seconded.
June. Second. 6:39, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Oh, I don't vote. I'm standing. 3-0.
So, the last time we started this, we understood.
We
Jen and I got married, totally.
Okay, so it's in, and.
Right. We were kind of doing great, and it died horribly. It became a, going, recording stopped.